Give me a minute. I'm still signing in. All right, that's good to go. This is good to go. All right, good to go, good to go. And almost ready. And that is signing up. All right, so let's see who's here tonight. Brian, yo, what's happening? Bobby, what's going on? What's going on? All right, who do we got here? Christian, KYHSA, JFit, Chico Blanco, what's happening? Z Cooks, good evening, good evening. Let's go all the way back here to the very beginning. All right, D Hillen, how are you, D Hillen? Watiko, good evening, good evening. Lena, J Palmer, Vermbird, Sunny Day, Key 313, Bobby, Random Hard Life. All right, cool. Brian, yo. Diana, okay, Ross, hi. Retired IND, what does that mean? Alan, Ron. Nick of the North, Synchronistic, Cool Beans, Tiger, William, Kent, Wealth Builder, Brian, the one screen with just think or swim. The one screen with just think or swim. We're getting there. We're still waiting for it to load up. You sensitive. Yep. Hiya. What's happening? Hiya. Weeble. Okay. Okay. The auto. What does that mean, Brian? Brian, what's that? Can you explain that to me? The auto. Oh, yum. Lydia, good evening. Roxanne, what's going on? Lydia, good evening. All right. Janti, good evening. Brian, Dante. All right, we're still waiting for this thing to open up. Audio crackles. That might be just my voice. I don't know. Wait a minute. The audio crackles on TikTok, it's crackling, or on YouTube? Brian, can you give me a better explanation? Is that YouTube or TikTok that's crackling? All right, I'm gonna wait for him to finish up. Cindy Rose, how are you today? Professor Marks, good evening. Janti, good evening. The audio is fine on YouTube. Thank you, Lena. Gil, it's my Rice Krispies. That could be it. Hollywood's in the house. Hollywood, what are you doing over there? What's good? Dude, I just got here. Okay, literally. Okay, literally just got here. My plane landed at 11:57, which was almost an hour ago. Melatonin's in the house. Good evening, good evening. All right, what else we got? Okay, basically, I'm all caught up. Everybody, hello, hello. All right. Let's get started. First and foremost, my name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. I've been gone for 5 days. Don't even know. Did you guys even miss me? Did you even notice I wasn't here? Who knows? Okay, holiday comes. Me and my buddies decide to go up to Maine, hang out at the lake. You know, maybe caught some of the videos I shot at the lake. Maybe, maybe not. Jim, thank you for that. Bob, how are you doing? You just left you from TikTok and started following on YouTube. All right, Bob. Yeah, JB, I promised I would be here as soon as I got off the plane. My plane got delayed for some strange reason, so it is what it is. I'm only gonna do about an hour and a half tonight. Quick, easy, jump in, jump out, maybe to answer some questions. Oh, you like the lake videos? It was nice. The water was a bit chilly at first, but once you got in, it was okay. Travis, how's it going? Are you Zion? No. NEE, first one on the list. Here we go. NEE, wasn't that? Wait a minute. We got a couple more minutes because Thinkorswim is still logging on. It takes a little while. Are you an economist? Nope, not at all. I'll be the mod here. I don't TikTok around with trolls. Well, Travis, I appreciate that very much. Rest in peace. Diego Jota, he is the brother. Okay, he died in the accident in Spain. Jota was a soccer football player who played for Liverpool. Okay, sorry to hear that. Never a good thing to go before you're ready. Never, never, never. All right, I'm just waiting a few more seconds for Thinkorswim to open up, and then we'll be ready to go. I'm quick on blocking spammers. Travis, I appreciate that much. Appreciate that a lot. Okay, wait a minute. I'm not. Oh. No. What the heck is going on here? Discard. Story post live. That's what I hit the wrong damn button. All right. I should be live very shortly. Is this like the game show? Absolutely a game show. You tell me which stocks you want me to take a look at. I take a look at them and see, are they going to fit what it is we're looking to do. Readjustment coming soon. Thank you, Charlie. Well, you never know. Could very well. I was worried about you. Didn't see you yesterday. Hey, where'd you want to live in, girl? Well, the reason you didn't see me yesterday is I was up in Maine. And I didn't have my whole setup there. It was just me and a couple of phones. That probably wouldn't work very well. Who knows? Jessup, good evening. How are you? Alrighty. Fun. Yep, it was fun. And when you get a bunch of old guys together, what do? We talk about glory days. You know that Bruce Springsteen? Bruce Springsteen song, Glory Days. Look at XYF, YRD, and JIN. All right, Travis, give me a second. It's still uploading. You got to give it some time. Maine is very pretty, but you know, you can drive hours and hours and hours and see absolutely nothing. That's where I was. I think you earn $100,000 for a mount. Okay, I don't know what a mount is, but alrighty. Juan, good evening, Juan. Don't skip on those three. You will trip out. Alrighty. Man, it's pretty fun. And there it is. We're out live. So let's take this and move it on over. We're just going to move it on over. I won't just slide it on over. Move over, cool dog. A hot dog is moving in. Well, she changed the lock on my back door. Now my key, it don't fit no more. So move it on over. I won't just slide it on over. Move over, cool dog. Hot dog is moving. All right, we are ready to go. Let's take a look at the first one on the list. Tonight is going to be NEE, Next, Terra Energy. Woohoo! The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. It's going to be a no. That was quick. Okay, so let's go in and see why it's going to be a no. All right, there. All right, now the reason why I said a no next Terra Energy, take a look at this. All right, you got your 30-day high right here, 30-day bottom, and she goes from 67 to 75. So 67 to 75 is right around $7 or $8, which is a 10% move right there. It's like you want to get into the move, not in after the move. You get your 30-day high right here, right at 76. Well, the high is right here at 75.50. Ain't got much more to go than that. Look at the fundamentals on XYF. Okay, Travis, hold that thought for a second. User, I lost $2,000. Wow. What are your favorites for this week? I couldn't find a role for M, and it got called away. My May season, one of my accounts got called away too, and it just pissed me off. I hate when that happens because I put the order in and it didn't get filled. I was like, no, I hate when that happens. So don't get me wrong, I do like Next Terra Energy. Okay, she goes 30-day bottom, she shoots up, pulls back, shoots up. It does exactly what all stocks do. Low, high, low, high. That's it. It goes up, down, up, down. So we missed it this time around. Okay, maybe you might get a little bit more at the tail end, but do you really want to chance it? I know I don't. I don't want to take that chance. Okay, so Travis wants to take a look at XYF. Now, Travis, I've never heard of XYF. XYF. Okay, Travis. Okay, dude, if you're going to be the mod there, you got to at least come up with some of the rules. Rule number one. It's got to have weekly options, brother. No weekly options, no thank you. And it's got to have dividends, specifically those that consistently increase. Okay, so YRD. YRD. No, dude, monthly. I don't do monthlies. 18 July, 15 August, 21 November. No, no, and no. Let's go for 3. JFIN. JFIN. Hell no. Come on, brother. See the sign? Weekly options. Okay, weekly options only. Alrighty. Oh, Verizon. We'll take a look at Verizon in a second. Oh, it's not for options. Well, that's exactly what I do. Sorry, dude. Dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Okay. Jose Sanchez wants to do NVIDIA. NVDA. Now, somebody want to tell him about NVIDIA? Oh, hell no. Look at that. That's the high of the year. No. Sorry, dude. No, no, and hell no. If you want options, do Baidu? I don't buy leaps. I don't buy options. I sell. Yep. Okay. Verizon. I know Verizon's a good one. Interesting. So let's take a quick look at. Did he say Verizon? Yeah, Verizon. Well, that's Visa. All right. Visa. VZ. Here we go. Verizon. High, low is. Look at the motion. Down, up, down, up, down, sideways. 42.80, and you got 3 days to the downside. See that? 3 days to the downside. 1, 2, 3. 3 down days in a row. No. So get your bottom down here. Okay, so you got a 30-day bottom, 30-day top. After a 30-day top, usually it comes back down again. Well, it's on the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write Verizon down for next week because it's going to take a little bit to come back down to here, turn around, go back up again. So let's do that. Verizon for next week. VZ for next week. Yeah. VTI. Avi. VTI? What the heck is VTI? VTI. It's a hell no. Okay. Look at the run up. Okay. Nice. Now, Friday, take a close look. I can zoom in a little bit closer. Okay. Friday was the high, and it already started coming down today. So yeah, no, sorry. See, you missed the opportunity right here. Here's the bottom, couple days the upside, jump in, take to the ride. Well, now the high is here. So now it's starting to come back down again. Sorry. Ooh, Merck. General Electric. Interesting. Now look at General Electric right here. That looks interesting. Right, the high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Right here, what's going on here? 248. Okay, so the 248s. I got 3 days left. Why are there only 3 days left? There should be 4 days. Is there only 4 trading days this week? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What's going on this week? Why does it say 3 days? Anybody? Is there a holiday that we're missing? Jessup, what's going on? Arnold, what's happening? Uh-oh. All right, hold off on YouTube for a second. Okay, Philip Johnson. We're going to take a look at General Electric. Let's move this over here a little bit. But that's an interesting question. Does anybody have the answer to that question? Why does it say this option has 3 days left? It should say 4. Okay, how many trading days are there today, this week? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Why does it say 3? I'm curious. Why does it say, it said 3. All right, so let's take a look. All righty, so let's go back to here. All right, so we're currently sitting at 248.65. All right, so the 248s right here, 355. Ooh, that just might work. The 247.50s. All right, well, let's take a closer look at it then. All right, a year ago, I need the glasses. On, off, on, off, on, off. I liked it better when I was younger and I didn't need glasses. A year ago, 162.78. The bottom of the year was the beginning of August. That was 149. Well, the top of the year was 261. And that was on the 26th. It wasn't that long ago. Well, look at the last 30 days. Okay, here's your last 30 days. Now, I like looking at the last 30 days only because it gives me a good idea of where do I think it's going next. Because stocks do the same thing. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Now, they go up to a point. If you measure from the bottom to the top, how much of a run is that? And is that enough of a run to make people like me and some of you in the audience say, hey, profit, I'm taking it. And when people like me take profits, stocks drop. Well, when stocks drop, it gets to a point where we say, ooh, this is a deal. So we buy it, now we have 2 days to the upside. Now, I love 2 days to the upside off of so you get a 30-day top, pulls back, and hits the point where she turns around and goes back up again. Well, it's only 2 days. I love 2 days to the upside. And then on the third day, which will be tomorrow, is it going to be higher than the close, 248? So if she opens up higher than the close, that's my cue to jump in. Now, you guys got to figure out what works for you. But for me, 2 days the upside on the third day. If the third day is another day to the upside, yep, that's my cue to jump in. So that being said, I have no idea who this dude is, so I'm going to say no. Okay, see, now I don't mind sharing the spotlight with someone, but I don't want to share it with someone who's I never heard of. So every once in a while, I'll get an invite. Say, hey, so-and-so wants to co-host. Well, great. Well, who the hell is he? I have no idea who he is. All right, so anyway, General looks halfway decent. Great. All right, so what is it offering? Well, at this moment in time, the 247.50 is going for 355. Okay, so if I buy it at 248.65, that's the last traded price today, right there. If I'm using that number right there, and I trade the 247.50, well, I'm losing a buck. Well, if I'm losing a buck, I'm walking away with 255. Well, 255 is more than 1% of 248. And that's what I'm looking for. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. Now, we all know who General Electric is. I mean, come on, General Electric, they've been around for over 100 years. How could you not know who they are? KY, yes, it's Tuesday, I get that. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday's 4 days. So I don't know if they're actually counting today. Yeah, I get that. OTS tomorrow, today for you on the East Coast. All right, got it. Get it, got it, good. All right, so let's take a look at what the premium is going to look like if we do a covered call. Now, for those of you who don't know, or those of you that are new here, the trading strategy I share is called a covered call, specifically with dividend stocks. Now, I see what he's saying now. All righty. So when I say I only do covered calls on qualified dividend stocks, now those are companies that are consistently profitable. Well, most of them are over 50 years old. Well, because think about it. If you're going to invest your money, you do it where you want. But me, where I'm investing I'm 61. I don't have the luxury of being wrong, which means anytime I invest money, it has to be a good quality investment, one that I feel good about, one that I hopefully not going to lose money. So for doing this for the past 15 to 20 years, well, you get to know each individual stock that you invest in, or at least that I invest in. Well, I like General Electric, as long as the numbers work. And they seem to be working today. So let's check it out. All right, we just hit 49 on TikTok. So you know what 49 means? 49 means we're going to bump this baby and reboot. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm going to reboot on TikTok. So while I'm doing that, let's take a look at, uh-oh, wrong one, wrong button. All right, let's reboot TikTok. Let's try it one more time. If we try one more time for, oh, come on, it's right there. There it is. Right there, and right there. See if that worked. All right, so General Electric, let's take a quick gander at it. Now, I'm actually going to show you a couple of trades. We're actually going to do a couple of trades, and you'll see exactly how it works. It's a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, the reason why I use covered calls, it's one of the safest trading strategies there is. OTS tomorrow, got that. All right, so Mike Chunko, holy cow, dude, I thought you dropped off the face of the earth. Haven't chatted with you in a while. Nice to see you, Mike. Let's take a look. So let's get rid of this. Let's change this right here to covered stock. Now, I love Think or Swim. I've been using this trading platform for over 20 years, and they haven't changed a thing, which makes my life a little easier. Those glasses are dirty, so let's get these glasses. Oh, much better. Much better. All right, so we're looking at the 248.65. So the closest strike price they have to that is actually in the money. Now, I hope you guys know what in the money means. Okay? It means, well, it's in the money. We have in the money, at the money, and then out of the money. You'll be hearing those terms. Investing, you have a lot of new terms. So we're doing in the money. It's 247.50 right there. So let's buy that one. Think or Swim sets everything up for me. So all I have to do is just click, then decide how many I want to do. Now I'm just going to do one contract so you can use that wonderful algebra that you probably told your math teacher in high school. I'm never going to use algebra in the real world. What do we need it for? Well, this is what you need it for. All right, so we're going to do one contract of General Electric at the market. Here we go. Buy one covered call, General Electric 100, that's the weeklies, 11 July 25. That means this trade is going to expire on Friday. So whoever buys this has between tomorrow morning, when I sell it, and Friday afternoon, 3:59 p.m. before the market closes at 4. The 247.5 call option, General Electric at the market to open. No, I didn't stutter. It is two orders. You're opening a stock order and you're opening an option order. It's called a covered call, which means you're covered. Don't worry about it. I got you covered. I'm sure you heard that before. Okay, it's a safe strategy, one of the safest there is. Now, remember when I said simple? Okay, it is so simple. It is safe. It is so safe, they say you can do it in your IRA. No, actually, seriously, it is so safe that you are allowed to do covered calls in your IRA. There are certain trades you cannot do in your retirement account, but this one you can. And I say predictable. Well, I know exactly what my profit's going to be before I do it. Now, most people, they buy stocks, and then you have to wait for it to move. Well, not the covered call. Because covered call, we know exactly what our profit's going to be before we do anything. So, just grab a piece of paper, follow along. Now, the maximum profit right there, $260 per contract. So one contract, $260. Two contracts, was that $530? Something like that? No, $520. Okay, so on and so forth. This is where you think, oh, I should have paid attention in math class. Jason Jack bought some Mara and some APLD today. Hopefully they do better tomorrow. Okay, Chasing Jack, we're going to take a look at those next. So I'm going to stop this right here. Ooh, bro wants to take a look at Honeywell. We'll take a look at that one too. Now, I'm not going to do a full show tonight. I'm just going to do an hour and a half. I have been up since 5 o'clock this morning, going for in Maine. Because the funny thing is, when you're in a rural area. It's an hour and a half drive from the farm to Bangor. And then in Bangor, it's a 3-hour flight back. And then it's another hour drive from the airport in St. Pete to the house. So yeah, I've been sitting on my dairy ear for a very, very long day. So it's kind of nice standing up, but it is 1 a.m. here. So let's just do a bunch and we'll call it a day. And then let's find a couple of decent stocks. And then we'll quit and then we'll be back tomorrow night. All right, so maximum profit, $260 per contract. Okay, so whatever you can do, you do 1 contract, 5 contracts, 15, whatever you're comfortable with. So it's $24,000 for 1 contract for General Electric. Now, it's an investment. Now, I'm looking at it this way, all right? Now, I don't have enough money to go out and buy a corporation like General Electric. But what I can do is I can put, a couple of bucks into it and create a cash flowing asset. So I'm going to take $25,000, put it into General Electric. That will allow me to do 1 covered call, a cash producing asset. So this week, this cash producing asset is going to give me $260. Okay. Next week, it may be less. It may be $201. It may be $230. It may be $280. It may be $179. But the thing is, if I invest $25,000 into General Electric, I can get a return every single week. So let's figure out this week, what is it going to be? Now remember, I'm looking for 1%. So to figure that out, we got to take the maximum profit, 260. Got to get the calculator first. And there it is, calculator. Okay, got to take it from one screen and drag it over to the other screen. There it is right there. Okay, so we're going to take the $260 profit, 260, and then we're going to divide it by our investment. Now, I'm calling it an investment because basically that's what it is. Okay, General Electric has been around for over 100 years. I'm just having my own little General Electric store, which is going to give me weekly cash flow. Fine. What cash flow is it going to give me? All right, so it's $260 this week. Now I'm going to divide it by my investment, 24490. Gives me a grand total of 1%. Only 1%. You can do that with me. You ready? Okay, so I'm looking for 1%. Fine. Next week, it may give me another 1%. 1% every single week is over 50% per year. Why not? It's an easy trade. Now, for you guys may or may not know, okay, you may or may not know that in 2008, during the financial crisis back then, my 9-year-old daughter says to me, she jumps on my lap and says, "Daddy, what are you doing?" 9 years old. "Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me?" Now, out of all the things she wanted to learn, okay, she wanted to learn how to trade stocks like her dad was. Did I vote for Trump? I don't know what that has to do with anything. Think about it. What does who I vote for have to do with investing in General Electric? Seriously, ask yourself that question. Why does who I voted for have anything to do with 1 + 1 = 2? Come on. Let's be adults here, all right? All right, so that being said, yeah, I do like General Electric. 1% is what I'm looking for. So when my 9-year-old says, "Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me?" Now I have to come up with a strategy specifically designed for her. It had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. Okay, so that being said, well, this is what I came up with. I got 5 simple rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Well, that one just boggles my mind because you wouldn't believe some of the stuff people invest in. Every single night, people ask me to take a look at stuff. I said, okay, fine. And then I think to myself, what the hell were you thinking? You work 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 hours a week and you put your money into something like that? Anyway, rule 4, weekly options only. The only way you're going to get a weekly cash flow is something that trades on a weekly basis. And those are weekly options. Either that, you're going to sit in front of the computer all day. And then rule number 5, make sure the numbers work. Well, what are the numbers? What am I buying it for? What am I selling it for? What rate of return am I getting? And it's only for a week. Because this option here that I'm selling here, 11 July 25, that's going to expire this Friday. And if it doesn't get taken away from me and I get all my money back, well, then I'll do it again next week. And then I'll do it again the week after, and then I'll do it again the week after. And every single week I will do it over and over and over again until it hits my target. Well, what's my target? My target is $247.50. What's the current price? $248.65. All right, do you see the issue there? If I'm buying it at $248.65 and I'm selling it for $247.50, you're probably thinking, that doesn't sound right. But the contract is paying me $260 per contract. It's $260 per contract. Now, the option is over $3, but I'm losing $1 because I'm selling it for $1 less than I paid for it. So if the stock stays exactly where it is, I'm making money. If the stock goes up, I'm making money. The stock can even come down $1, and as long as it's above $247.50, I get all my money back on Monday, and I get to keep that $260. So think about it. That's kind of like, all right, I'm gonna pay for this right now, $260. You're gonna give me I'm gonna pay for it $24,000. Okay, I'm gonna pay for it now. You're gonna give me $260 now, and then I get my $24,000 back over the weekend because options expire on Saturday. Now you can't do anything after 4 p.m. on Friday, but they don't settle and they don't, it doesn't get credited to your account until Saturday afternoon. All right. So that being said, we're going to do 2 more. Mara and APLD. So Mara, I actually have some Mara. Just to let you know. All right, so I'm going back to ground zero, right where we are, and we're going to put Mara in right here. M-A-R-A. There it is. All right, first thing, as always, anytime I look at a chart, I'm looking for 5 things. And it should take 3 to 4 seconds to find them. It's not that difficult. You ready? Number 1, the high. Number 2, the low. Number 3, where was it? Number 4, where is it? And number 5, what is the direction? Down, up, down, up. Okay, that's pretty easy to see. Is this live? Kevo Gemo. No, Kevo Gemo, this is not live. This is recorded. Don't forget, if it goes down 10 points, you're not going to be happy about it. Okay, MC8080. Now, when I say rule number 1, never buy something you're not okay with owning long term. If you're not willing to buy it and take it to your grave, well, hand it off to your successors long term. If you're not willing to hold on to it long term, don't buy it. If you don't like it, you don't understand it, you're not okay with it, if there's anything about it, and if you think it's going to drop 10 points, yeah, it's probably going to, because that's all they do. Look, a year ago, we're at 18, jumped up to 28, dropped down to 14, jumped up to 30, dropped down to 10, now it's at 18. Well, look, okay, 21 to 20, that's down, wait a minute, from 21 to 20, that's 5%. Then from 20 to 28, 20 to 28, that's 8. 40, that's 40%. 40% drop. So a 5% drop, 10% increase. Then from 28 drops down to 14. That's a 50% drop. And then from here, 14 to 30, that's over 100% increase. That's all they do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. So if you're worried about 10 points, you shouldn't be playing this game, because that's all stocks do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Okay, the idea is to never buy something you're not okay with owning, regardless of what the price is. If you're making money on it, if you have a good, solid trading strategy that consistently works in your favor, yeah, you're going to buy it and it's going to drop. You're also going to buy something and it's going to go up. If you think a stock is going to come to your house and take your dog for a walk, you're sadly mistaken. They go up, they go down. That's it. All right. So I got one minor flaw with Mara. Okay, let's zoom in and I'll show you exactly what it is. Okay, Jack, check this out. Okay, here's your last 30 days. 30 days ago, we're at 1650. We drop all the way down to 1350. Then from 1350, we jump up to 18. Well, that's a nice move from 1350 to 18. That's $4.50. Well, $4.50 on a $13 stock is over 30%. So it's a 30% move from here to here. Well, yeah, there's going to be profit taking. There it is right there. It just started today. So more than likely, this is not guaranteed, but more than likely, when profit taking starts, it's kind of like a domino effect. It's going to drop, 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 drop until it is done. Look at what it did 30 days ago. Okay, it hit a high, it's like almost 17. Then it started dropping, 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 got down to 1350. And at 1350, you got people like me say, holy cow, Mara, at 1350, let me jump in some. So we jump in, and then she jumps up 30% in 2 weeks. 30% in 2 weeks, yeah. Time to take your profit. You don't take your profits, more than likely you're going to end up losing it. You end up losing it, hey, that's your own damn fault. I mean, think about it. 30% jump in 2 weeks. If you don't take that profit, I don't know what else. I don't know who's going to help you out on that one. Because stocks go up, stocks go down. So you buy low, you sell high. And you've heard it all the time. Buy low, sell high. All right, anyway. Man acting Warren Buffett. Hey, I'm a da beef. What's happening? I'm a da beef. Alrighty, alrighty. So anyway, Mara is on the way down. So I'm going to put Mara down for 2 weeks from today because that's what it looks like. Is it guaranteed? No, there's no guarantees in life. There's only 3. All right, so that's Mara. Looks pretty good to me. Okay. So let's keep on going. APLD, Jack. APLD. APLD. Here we go. Ooh, that don't look good. Okay, I can say no right now. Look at this. Now, the interesting thing about APLD, okay, here's your bottom right here. Shoots up nice from 7 to 15. That's 100% increase right there. Now, we all know if something doubles in 1 week, profit taking starts and just drops, 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 drops. Okay, so how far is it going to drop until people start saying, you know what? Let's jump in and buy. I like 2 days to the upside. Well, today is the bottom. Tomorrow could be higher, but tomorrow could also be lower. So as appetizing as it may look, and it does look pretty good, okay? But at 966, I want 2 days the upside, and on the third day, I'll jump in. So chasing Jack, I don't know why you bought some of this today. Because, all right, let's go back and take a look at something. All right. That's what it looked like this morning. Okay? That's Fridays right there. On Thursdays right there. Okay, which means you only had 2 days. Okay, so you have 2 days to the upside. Okay, Tuesday was a low right here. See, here's a 30-day bottom. She jumped up, pulled back. There's the new bottom right there. 2 days to the upside. 1, 2. Great. Now, I would have went and waited for it to be, let's take a look at that number for a second. All right, so the high was 1067. So if she opens up a little bit higher than that, that would have been my cue to jump in. So what did it open up today? That gap down, brother. So I always wait to enter on the third day. So I'm not cherry picking. Okay, I like 2 days the upside, and on the third day, if it's higher, I'll jump in. Other than that, no. Okay, bro wants to take a look at Honeywell. Let's take a look at Honeywell, H-O-N. No. Look at that nice run up from here. She shoots up, pulls back. Okay, 3 days the upside right there. Okay, here's your bottom right there. 1, 2 on the third day. Then you were taking that run. Now today, see, Friday was the high. Today, starting to pull back. Look at the run from here, 220 to 240. That's a $20 increase. $20 increase on a 220 stock is right around, just a little bit below 20%. Is that right? No, a little bit below 10%. Sorry, a little bit below 10%. Sorry, no to Honeywell. Is this live? I like that one. Is this live? Or is this live or is it Memorex? Is that Yahoo Finance Premium? No. This is Think or Swim, available through Charles Schwab. No sleeping tonight. I'm going to bed in a little bit. You know, I told you guys I would show up today. All right. So I got off the plane, came home, just threw my bags in the room, and just, you know, splash some water on my face and come on live just to help you guys out. All right. So, what if the stocks fall? All stocks fall. All of them. There's not a single stock I've ever seen, and I've been doing this for a long time. I've never, ever, ever seen a stock go straight up. Because look, this thing goes up, then went down. Then it went up, look, and today it's coming down. That's what they do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. The idea is to know when to jump on the merry-go-round and know when to jump off the merry-go-round. Can we look at Google? Why? Google only has 2 years of dividends. 2 years of dividends. Why would you want to do that? All right, here we go. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Down, up, down, up. Okay, well, let's look at this area because that looks kind of interesting. But before we look at that area, what are we buying it for? 177.56. Well, the 177.50s are right here, and they're going for 203. Well, that's more than 1%. Well, remember we looked at General Electric, and that was only 1%. Now, Philip Johnson, I honestly cannot tell you what to do. If you want to have a conversation, drop me your number in DM. I'll give you a buzz and we'll chat. I can promise you I won't try to sell you anything. Why not wake up a little later tomorrow? Or are you going to go back to sleep for a bit after the meeting? Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to bed in a little bit, and I'll be back up around 6 or 7 in the morning. Okay, so Philip, I don't know anything about you, so it would be a disservice to you to tell you anything. I have no idea how old you are. I have no idea what kind of risk factors you have. I have no idea what you have for a goal or anything like that. For intraday option wise, no, I don't do intraday trading. I understand. Thank you. All right, Philip. Thank you for paying. Thank you for contributing, Philip. Thanks. Michael David Robinson, where are you nowadays, brother? Are you at home in Georgia, or is it? No, you mean. You live in northern Florida, northern Georgia, somewhere in that area, intraday. Thank you for everything you do and the knowledge. Awesome. G4, you're welcome. What else are we looking at? Right. Okay. Home in Georgia. Okay. 3J6. I have no idea what 3J6 means. Okay. The goal. Only long-term or leap options. No. I do weekly trading, weekly options. Okay. Leap options, those are for long-term plays. And there's nothing wrong with them. I mean, almost every trading thing they have, airport ID is 3J6. Okay. Swing, okay. I don't consider it, yeah, I suppose you could consider it swing trading. This is free education and I'm taking advantage. Oh, well, ask questions. They say the quality of your life comes down to the quality of questions you ask. You ask a better question, you're going to get a better life. Think about it. Because everything you do is basically asking questions and then getting answers. All right? So, what else do we want? If you guys don't have anything else to look at, I'll call it a day. I had a long day. I know it's different for everyone, but how did it take you to become profitable? Oh, the funny thing is, the funny story. Hold on a second. Where were you last night and why were you so late tonight? Heidi, last night I was in Maine. And tonight the plane got delayed, so I didn't land until 11:37. And it took me about an hour to get home. So I got home, threw my bag on the floor, and just threw some water on my face and came here. SPY, oh hell no. Now, I have no idea how to even pronounce that. Okay, so Acorn, yeah, I'm just going to call you Acorn. I ain't doing that whole thing, brother. So, I was trading for about 5 or 10 years before my daughter said, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? Okay. At that point, I had to come up with a trading strategy specifically for her. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. Okay. For my 9-year-old. Because we all know if a 9-year-old loses her money, she's going to start crying. I'm going to feel like crap. Mom is going to get involved and Daddy's going to be sleeping on the couch. Yep. So simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. That's the strategy. That's the criteria I had to come up with. So number one, never buy something that's not on the list. This is the rules for my daughter. Never buy something not on the list. Well, the list was Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, Warren Buffett's list. That's about 300 companies. So you got those 300 companies, you take them and you throw them into the calendar. And the calendar will tell you exactly when they're paying their dividend. Now, why is that important? Well, number one, a dividend is a portion of the profits the company gives back to me and you. We're the investors. So if the company's profitable, they give us the money. So the calendar tells us when to buy it. Why? Why is that? Because a dividend stock, especially a company that's been profitable for decades, they have a tendency to increase in value just before the dividend date. So each one of these green dots is a dividend date. Let me explain. 4 dates to remember. Date number 1, the announcement date. Hey everybody, this is James from Dividend Stock Talk. We made so much money this year. We're going to give you yours, and this is how you're going to get it, and this is when you're going to get it, blah, blah, blah. It's the announcement dates when they tell you how much they made and how much you're going to get and when you're going to get it. They're announcing it. First date, the announcement date. Second date, the EX dividend date. Those are these little green dots. Hey, General Dynamics, Colgate-Palmolive, Lowe's, Abbott Labs, Caterpillar, Hormel, McKesson. Okay, these are big companies. Now, the second date, the EX dividend date, is the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid out. So if you're looking for the dividend, there's a strategy. It's about 400 years old. It's called dividend capturing. If you buy the stock before the little green dot, you're entitled to the dividend. Because it's the last day. So if you want the dividend, you're going to buy it before the little green dot. And the calendar. So if I take all, remember I said, if it's not on the list, don't buy it. Now we check every week. Last week there was 10,136 companies. We haven't checked this week. We'll probably check tonight because it's early morning. We'll probably check tonight how many companies are available. Okay, so last week it was 10,136. So the ones with the green dots, okay, you stick them into the calendar and it tells you when they have it. Now there's 4 quarters: January, February, March, quarter 1; April, May, June, quarter 2; July, August, September, quarter 3; October, November, December, quarter 4. First quarter looks the exact same as the second quarter, which coincidentally looks the exact same as the third quarter, which, you guessed it, exact same as the fourth quarter. So it's the exact same stocks over and over and over again. Take a look. General Dynamics, first week of the quarter, first week of the first quarter, first week of the second quarter, first week of the third quarter, first week of the fourth quarter. General Dynamics pays a dividend the first week of every single quarter, every 90 days. Okay? Colgate-Palmolive, third week of every quarter. Lowe's, fourth week of every quarter. AbbVie, Abbott Labs, Hormel, Caterpillar pay the exact same time every single quarter. So every 90 days, I'm looking at Caterpillar. Every 90 days, I'm looking at Lowe's. Every 90 days, I'm looking at Colgate-Palmolive because they're repetitive. And most of these companies are 50 years or older and consistently profitable. Why would you not buy a company that's consistently profitable? I know it's different for everyone, okay, but okay, how long it take to get profitable? Okay, so as I was saying, let me finish the story. Date number 3. Still talking about the dividend dates. Remember there's 4? Date number 3. The date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. Date number 4, the payment date. 4 dates: announcement date, EX date, date of record, and payment date.